Hello and welcome to the Nova Show Real Estate Records. I'm your host, Tristan Hammett, and today we have the pleasure of speaking with Lori Butterfield, one of Utah's top-rated real estate professionals. With over a decade of experience, Lori has built a reputation for excellence, earning recognition as Agent of the Year in Utah County and consistently receiving glowing 5-star client reviews. Known for her client-first approach and deep knowledge of residential real estate, Lori is here to share her journey, lessons learned, and insights into what it takes to succeed in today's dynamic market. Let's get started. Hello and welcome, Lori.
Hi, Tristan. It's so great to be here.
Well, I appreciate you coming in. Lori and I actually have never met. This is our first time meeting, and I'm really excited to get to know you, and I'm excited for you to, you're stepping out of your comfort zone and into the podcast. Sure. So I promise, I know you're going to do great. So,
okay.
So Lori, first tell us a little bit about your history. Where are you from? And then we'll kind of fast forward up how you got into the real estate world.
Okay. I was born in Utah. I've lived in several different places in Utah. So I pretty much know everywhere along the Wasatch Front. That helps me be a real estate agent, I think.
Yeah.
So I kind of lived in a few different places. I bought my first rental property when I was 21 years old. It's a very long time ago. And I don't own that property anymore. We actually did not own it for very long. We learned a lot of, my husband and I both learned some hard and good lessons with those. We had actually 2 properties and with both of those. Kind of fast forward, I didn't really do much else with the real estate for a while. I always liked it. I always felt like it was a smart investment. And so once my kids were grown, I started investing again and also decided that I actually wanted to be a real estate agent.
Okay.
And so
then you just leaped in. So how long has that been?
So I actually got my real estate license 12 years ago.
Okay.
So I started out kind of slow. At first I thought, oh, I'll just do it a little just to supplement our income and, help with retirement, that kind of thing. And then I just love it. I found out that I guess I have a really good personality for it. I love meeting new people. You meet so many new people when you're helping different clients. And so I like that. I actually really like the transaction part of it. I know a lot of agents are like, oh, no paperwork. And I like that.
So you do your TC work?
I do it all myself.
Okay.
I know people think it's kind of weird, but I like making sure everything's exactly and it's perfect and that everything is. And maybe I'm a control freak. I don't know because
I could see that.
Knowing.
There's lots of hands in a transaction.
Yes.
So it's like just knowing that everything is going to be taken care of because you're the one that's double checking that.
Yeah.
I mean, good on you.
I don't have kids at home right now, and so it's not like I have to coordinate around a lot of stuff. I do have grandkids, and my grown kids live. I have 4 kids. 3 of them live in Utah, so I go to activities and stuff with my family. But it's not the same as when you're at home raising your children.
Right.
So,
right. Exactly.
Yeah. So that makes a difference.
Yes. Okay. So you got into the real estate 12 years ago. How did you get the ball rolling? Did you join a team right away, or have you always been solo?
I started with kind of the reason I decided to start is I had a friend who was just becoming a broker. And so I worked for her for a little while. It was a very slow start. I probably would have done better had I joined a team. I don't think I really knew about joining teams. So anyway, it was a slow start. I did mostly, I did some marketing things, family, some friends at the beginning. My very first listing that I ever got, I happened to be on Facebook Marketplace, or it was just a Facebook group. And somebody just said on there, hey, who's a good real estate agent? Of course, I got like 50 answers. Mm-hmm. And I just put I just responded and said, because I was so new, I said, I'll list your house for 1%. And so she called me. Okay. And so then I was able to at least get my foot in the door. And that's, sometimes price is what gets the attention. Mm-hmm. So and I was able to help them sell their little home and move to a better home. And then I got more of a commission when I was helping her be the buyer's agent.
Yeah. Well, and then plus also you're getting the experience, right?
Exactly.
Like I can't know unless I'm in there,
Yes.
So just getting the experience of a listing and learning the ins and outs of that.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
yeah, so that's kind of how I got started with that. Kind of done a few different things. I really believe in referrals. I don't get a lot of them, even though I try, and people tell me, "Oh, Lori, we love you and you do a great job," and they're all, glowing reviews. Even I get a lot of reviews, but I think a lot of times people don't know somebody's looking for a house until they're actually in the middle of it with maybe another agent or something.
Right.
So, but I do try, really hard to do a lot of like reviews and referrals. One of the other things that I do that has given me some success is I kind of do my own direct mail.
Oh, okay.
What I mean by do my own is I don't pay the post office to deliver postcards. I deliver them myself.
Okay. So you are hand delivering.
Yes, I do like doorknob flyers, and a couple of reasons I'm doing that is so I have my farm, I have my area that I do. I have tried door knocking. I've never had good success with door knocking. So now I'm
Is this farm where you live?
It's near where I live.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually have 2,500 houses in my
goodness.
farm. So that's why it's more like direct mail, because it's not what people typically think of when they do the farm. Part of it is my actual neighborhood and single family homes. And then I have some others that are near me that are different townhouses and condos. I like those better when I'm delivering because you can deliver them a lot faster than walking across people's lawns. So the reason I do the flyers, doorknob flyers, is that when I know when you do direct mail that, like I do, you sort, here's the trash. Oh, one important thing, you keep it out and you barely even see it. And so I figure with the doorknob, my thing's going to end up in the trash. But they have like 7 seconds as they're walking from their doorknob to the trash can to drop it in. So they're looking at it. And I know it's just seeing my name over and over and over again. I also try to put things on my flyers that people care about, not besides real estate.
Okay.
Or it kind of has something to do with sometimes has something to do with real estate. Like I'll do like every other, like one will be something to do with the market. Or some kind of thing like, hey, buyers, did you know you can, a new homeowner can get into a home with 0 down payment? Things like that, to get their attention. But then I've also put recipes on there. Hey, here's a yummy fall recipe. And I've had people tell me, yeah, we keep those, or we take a picture of it and keep it.
Yeah.
Because they want the recipe.
Yes.
But then they're seeing my name on that flyer too. So, so that's why I do the doorknob flyers. It is a lot.
Do you pass them out yourself?
Yeah, 2,500. Okay, you don't do that in one day.
No.
No. Okay, so here's the other thing. I am walking when I'm delivering those, obviously. So that's my exercise. When I don't do it every single day, I try and get them out like once a month. So when I do that, I've got them divided into routes, and I have it all
like your own
figured
routes.
out. Yeah, so my different routes, and I have like around 12 routes. Each route takes me about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes, and it's just me walking, and that's my walk. That's my exercise that day.
Okay, Lori, you don't know this about me. I love farming.
Oh,
like I love the whole idea of it. I love all the things you can do. You're the first person I've had on the podcast that does farming actively, like how you do. So this is actually really exciting to me.
Okay.
Okay, so you are door knocking, or not door knocking, you are hanging your own flyers. And I've always said that I feel like the door hangers are much better. Because when you get like the invitations to like the church's barbecues or the get-togethers, or like we're picking up donations and they leave it on the door, you always look to see what it is when it's on the door. You're like, oh, what is this? Because it's like you have to grab it or else it falls on the floor and then you got to pick it up, So it's like you have to, I truly believe, I mean, I look at every single thing that's in my door.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, oh, it's a landscaper stopped by today. Oh, and so I just truly believe in that. And I mean, I get it. Mailers are great too.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the door hanger is such an added extra step that people actually do look at.
It's way cheaper. you know, it's expensive. Mail's expensive
Yeah.
if you do that. And I just pay myself with exercise. So,
Yes.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Here's something kind of funny. Like you're saying, everybody checks their doorknobs. There's once in a while where I will come to my door and it's been like, maybe it's even been like 2 months, because sometimes I get behind. I want to do it once a month, but sometimes I get behind. And I'll get there and I'm like, oh, look, there's my flyer. And maybe the place is vacant. But there's been times when I can tell somebody lives there. They just don't take the flyer.
Which to me, that's kind of crazy too, because with everyone getting Amazon deliveries, it's like, I mean, Amazon's at my door sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So it's like.
So it's super funny when I see my old flyer. I'm like, okay, do I waste another flyer on you? I don't know. Okay, so sometimes I'll scrap that one off and put the new one on. I'm like, hey, you can look at this one now. So
Wow,
I don't know.
I just love that you do that. What made you decide to go like prospecting this way?
I've been doing it for about a little over 2 years, about 2.5 years. And 2023 was the first half of it was super slow for me. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do to, make money? And I happened to listen to a little thing about mail order. And so I listened to the whole thing. It made a lot of sense to me. And one of the things that they said, you're not going to get money. You're not going to get transactions from this right away. It's going to be 12 months out. So even when I started, it was summer of 2023. I said, okay, this is my money for next year. I mean, I knew I was investing in 2024 business, not 2023. I did actually get my first transaction from that at the end of 2023. So I'm like, oh,
wow, okay.
Way sooner than I was expecting.
Was it a listing or?
No, it was a first-time home buyer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
they were just renting. So sometimes you're going to get the renters.
Okay.
And so anyway, but I did also say, I don't want to spend the money on the mail. And I just really thought, just thinking of everybody I knew, including me, that I would see a doorknob flyer way more than I would see mail.
I agree.
And so, it's just like was a no-brainer. And I'm like, okay, I just have to walk, whatever.
That's so cool. So how many did you track last year? How many transactions you received?
You know what? I do not have as many as I wish.
Okay.
I have a total. So I've been doing it for almost 2.5 years. And I have only 4 transactions that have closed.
Okay.
I'm working with a few others. And I'm hoping that they will come through. I also hope that when the market picks up, when the more and more people, eventually it will pick up, that people will say, oh yeah, Lori, and pull out their flyer that has the recipe on it or whatever, and will call me then. Or will remember my name because they keep seeing my name every single month.
Yes.
So I hope that it's still even more in the future.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I love that. And 4 transactions is 4 transactions that you would have had.
Yeah.
And you're getting your exercise, and I'm sure that you'll see people, right, as you're out there and kind of sparking conversation.
Yeah, every once in a while, and if you do see somebody when you're passing, they kind of look away, and you're like, because most people don't really want to have a conversation with you. They probably figure you're a salesperson, and so I'm just like, oh hi, just delivering a little flyer here for you, and they're like, oh okay, and I put it on the door. And so they're very non-threatened.
Yes.
And I'm walking. I'm like all sweaty and everything anyway.
Yeah.
Really. You're like, okay, hi.
But I think that's also showing that if you're out there working for yourself like that, you're going to work for your clients like that too. Boots on the ground.
I hope they know that.
Yes. I mean, that's what I'm seeing with this.
I've done those kind of flyers when people are like, I want to move into this neighborhood. I mean, I've done flyers like that before too. So,
Okay.
That works occasionally.
That's awesome. Okay, what about social media? So I know previously you said your first listing came from Facebook. Do you feel like that's still a source of staying in front of your friends and family
I think that is really important. I am really not good at that.
Okay.
And I listened to his name is Darren Hardy. He does a little.
Oh.
Do you know who Darren Hardy is?
Yes, he has books.
He has books. He has a probably his most famous book is the now I'm forgetting.
Is the Compound Effect?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I was like, hold on. I've read this book. Yes.
Yeah, it's really good. And he has these things that's called Darren Daily, and it's just a 5 to 7 minute video every morning, Monday through Friday. I mean, every holiday he doesn't miss. And it's just, gives you like encouragement and ideas. I love how he's just it's not just all hype, rah, 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 go, go do something good today. But he gives you lots of good ideas for business and your personal life. And I love that. And one of the things that I learned from him is that you should focus on what you're good at. Not that you can't learn new things and become better at other things, but if you're really good at one thing, don't go do something else that's going to take you so much time and maybe you're just not as good at. And so I don't do as much social media. I do a little bit because I feel like it is important and I feel like I could get better at it if I wanted, but I don't think that's the best use of my time.
Okay.
And so I really don't do much with social media. Like I said, I love getting referrals. I do some client events.
Okay, let's talk about that. I also love the idea of client events.
Yeah, I do a Thanksgiving pie giveaway every year. That's probably my most successful one.
Okay.
So I, have them come to my house, tell me which kind of pie you want, and they come and pick it up, and we visit for a few minutes. So, that's pretty successful. Other events I've done, like with brokerages I've been with, I haven't had that many people come, but I know that my name's going out in front of them because I'm inviting them, and so I know that part's important too. Where I've gotten most of my business is something that most agents say does not work for them. And like I said, that's fine because I think you just go with what works for you.
Yes.
I see the people and I'm like, oh my gosh, you get all your business from referrals and I just want to bow down to them because I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
The social media and I kind of watch a couple of the other agents that are really, really good at social media, and I'm a little jealous of them, and I have to get past that because I have my own thing that I'm good at.
Yes.
And what I'm good at is Realtor.com and Zillow leads.
Okay.
And that is where I've done the majority of my business the last few years.
Okay.
And I won awards for the number of transactions, and almost all of them have been from those kinds of leads.
So obviously you have a good conversion rate because a lot of realtors can get leads on the phone calls.
Yes.
But you have to actually convert to them.
Yes.
Just because you get a call doesn't mean it's going through.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so how do you feel like you really perfected this, like these phone calls and these closings, and what do you feel has helped you?
It's a lot of trial and error. I've wasted a lot of money, but then it's all come back to me, so it's all okay. But it's like a lot of times you just have to learn by experience. Realtor.com and Zillow both have, they'll have trainings and stuff. Here's how you do this. And actually some of the things that I learned, I started with Realtor.com. It's way cheaper. And so I started with them.
Is it a zip code?
You get the way Realtor.com works is you pay a certain amount of money for a zip code, and they give you a portion of that zip code. So, and it depends, and the price depends on how expensive the listings are on average in that zip code. So, if you're in a little tiny town that's cheap, you're going to pay hardly anything. I get most of my Realtor.com leads are in Orem. I did do in Springville for a long time. Springville was really good for me, and I do live in Orem. I live in Utah County, so
Okay.
I lived in Spanish Fork for a while, and that's when I started doing the Springville leads. And there's a few strategies on getting, and it's like a bunch of different things. One thing is you have to get a hold of them immediately, like within seconds, because that is when the people are there. And usually the way Realtor.com leads work is they send the lead out to 2 agents at the same time.
Oh.
You can pay way more money and have them just send it to you. And I've tried both ways. But usually some people are looking at more than one house anyway. And so they're probably going to, the lead's going to go out to maybe a different agent anyway, because they're looking at, they're like, oh, I like this house and I like this other house. And so anyway, it's crucial. That is the first thing, is you have to get a hold of them, immediately call them. Like the lead comes up and I get texted. With Realtor.com, it's a text. So I see that text and I am calling that number, and I put it on speakerphone. At the same time, I am clicking on the link to see what house it is, so that when they answer, I don't sound too much like an idiot. Like, is this a piece of land or is this, I don't want to say, hey, are you interested in that house? And they're like, that was a lot. I don't want to, that's basically what I'm looking at. Is this a land, or is it a condo? And so by the time I answer, I can kind of see what they're interested in. And then, just talking to them, the goal is to go see the house in person or meet them in person. That is the goal. Mm-hmm. And so, so I've done that. I've kind of played around with different zip codes. So does this one work better, or does this one? I think everybody's different, and maybe your personality just goes more with people, in Salt Lake City, or does it go better, with Sandy, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Just Park City. You got to have a certain person that's talking to leads in Park City.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right? And I'm not
like
that
I would
person.
have no idea about Park City.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not probably would do well with those kinds of leads. So
okay, that's a good point.
Yeah. So there's some different things I played around with that over the years, and and then I would say, wow, I've got a lot of clients now. I think I can just get referrals. So I would back off on my spending on Realtor.com, and then or I was busy in my life, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll renew that later, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have any work, and so I have to call them back, say, okay, yeah, get me more leads.
Yeah.
So I would ramp that up. I was doing that and doing really well. Like 2000, I started with getting these leads. I think it was 2017, and did well that year. 2018 was a great year, and just kept going good. And then through the pandemic, I was getting a lot of leads with that, and everybody was crazy. I learned how to really, really do well with multiple offers, and I worked with, because I'm getting these types of leads, they're more buyer leads. Okay. So I did really good with the multiple offers too.
Wow. Okay, that's really neat, because you don't hear a lot of times where solo agents are buying leads. You hear teams. Mm-hmm. Teams have the leads, and that's what attracts people to come be on a team.
Right.
So I love that you're doing that. Now I know lenders can split. Do you have a lender that you split the costs with?
I don't. I have a lender that I use a lot that I love, but I just pay for my own. And probably because I'm paying for my own, I'm very motivated to make those work.
Good point.
If a team, if you're on a team, maybe you're not paying as much, and or the team's paying for it, and so you're just
Yeah.
But no, I'm very, very vigilant about and there's a whole bunch of different things.
So is this zip code near your farm?
So it is right now. Yeah, like I said, I've moved around a little bit. Yeah, the only zip code I haven't is in Orem right now, and that's for Realtor.com. When I did really, really well in 2022, even when the interest rates start going up, I just had different people calling me, and I had some, past clients, referrals, and it was just going, and other people are kind of complaining. And I'm like, I don't know, it's doing great for me. And then January of 2023, it's like somebody put the brakes on everything. I hardly was getting any leads from Realtor.com, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is scary. I need to make money. What do I do? And I'd had another agent that I'd just been chatting with. He was on a team, and they did do Realtor.com leads. And then I talked to him another time. He said, we just started doing Zillow leads, and they're way better. They're way more money, but they're way better. And so I was just like, oh, what do I do? Okay, so I just took a leap of faith and said, okay, I'm going to pay for Zillow leads. So I called Zillow. I signed up for $4,000 a month on Zillow leads. So I was investing a lot, put it on my business credit card, and then there's a little bit of lead time. You have to kind of build that up, and ramp time for those leads to work. But by September of 2023, I was starting to get transactions from those leads, and I think they're both good. So now I have both. I have Realtor and I have Zillow. But so 2024, I did 35 transactions.
Wow.
And 6 of those transactions were from like family, old client. There was one of the farm leads. And so about 6 of them were from just regular, where you would think of just like regular places you would get transactions from. 29 of those were from either Realtor.com or Zillow.
Wow.
So it's like totally paid for
amazing.
itself.
Yeah. That's
But,
amazing.
So then this year, I'm higher this year already than what I sold in 2024. So
That is
it's
wild,
working.
Lori.
Yeah.
And
So,
you're your own TC and doing all that.
yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
anyway, and I've even kind of just recently started a little mentorship program for those leads. So if anybody wants to, because I did make a lot of mistakes. I had to really learn things. And now I have them written down and I know exactly what I do and what works. And, people that are online, if they click on a house, even once you take them to see the house, they're used to clicking on stuff. So they may click on it and go, even with the house they find, they'll find some other agent and that does happen. But there's just a few little, a lot of little tricks, strategies that I've learned.
That you've learned.
Yeah. So,
well, obviously it works because what you're doing now and all your trials and errors, you're like, okay, well, this is what happened here when I did this, but now,
exactly.
And now you're just closing a ton of them.
So, so I'm like I said, it's not for everybody. Just like for me, I can't do social media. That's just not going to be, I'm too old probably. I don't know.
No, that's not it.
But that's just not going to be my thing.
Yeah.
But I do know how to connect with people with the leads.
And you have to connect with them fast.
Oh, yeah.
On a phone.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these are not warm.
No, they're not.
No, they're cold. Yeah. You have to. So what's like a trick that you can, or some advice that you could give to somebody that's maybe they're already getting Zillow or Realtor
or any other kind of leads. The main thing is to meet them fast, meet them in person. And I meet them at the house. They don't care about meeting me.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk to a real estate agent. If they did, they would be Googling real estate agents and trying to find one to talk to.
I've heard that before. They're like, just give them what they want. They want to go see the house.
They want to go see the house.
Yeah.
So I meet them at the house, and then when I'm at the house, then I talk to them, and it's a little easier for conversation too, because you can talk about the house, and the small talk doesn't have to be as much. You could talk about their family and what do they need, and things like that. It's more natural.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that is one of the biggest things is meet them in person. That's the first thing. It's not the only thing. There's a whole list of other stuff, but
that's the mentorship. So if anybody wanted to learn about this mentorship, where can they find out about it?
Just call me. I mean, that's really the best way.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's awesome. Wow, this is so neat.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let's say you have these Realtor and Zillow leads. Now you closed them. Now they're your clients.
Yeah. So I do keep in touch with my clients. So like I said, I do the annual Thanksgiving pie giveaway. I'm always, send them a card in the mail. Happy Thanksgiving instead of Merry Christmas.
Okay.
I just like that because you don't have to worry about happy holidays and some people that don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
And, which is totally fine. Everybody loves to be thanked. And I put in there, I'm thankful for you, which I am.
I love that.
So I love doing Thanksgiving cards, and then I give them the invitation. If you can make it to my house to pick up a pie, which kind do you want? I've got pumpkin and apple, and I'll order it for you. So I keep up with them that way. I also have it's kind of a combination of marketing and CRM. It's called by referral only.
Okay.
And I put all my clients in there, and they do like different fun email campaigns. Like there's a thing called Fun Day Monday. It's basically the first Monday of every month. They send out this little question, and like this month, I just barely sent it out this week, so I can remember what the question is. It said, "What's the percentage of people in the world who have never flown on an airplane?" And they gave up. It's multiple choice, and people can Google the answer. That's not the point. So it was like 10 to 20. Anyway, the answer was 80 to 90% of people in the world have never flown on an airplane. And
is it really that high?
That really is that high. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But if you think about, places where there's high population like India and
true.
Other places like that. So anyway, that's the answer. So they'll email me back and say, "Hi, Lori, we think the answer is D." And I'll write back to them and say, "Oh, great. You answered the question correctly. I'm going to enter you in the drawing." And then I keep track of everybody who emails me. And then the end of the week, I just do a drawing. I pull out whoever's name, and I give them a Amazon gift card for $25.
Okay.
And you know what? Amazon gift card for $25 is not that big a deal. It's not like that big of a thing to win.
In my household,
But
it is.
Yeah. People, yeah.
Anything helps.
People love to win stuff, though.
Oh, for
it can
sure.
be anything, and it's just fun to win. It's like that thrill of winning.
Yeah.
And so it is really fun. So I do that every single month. Of course, not everybody gets emails, and so I don't know, how many people actually see it. And I think people even kind of watch for the answers, even if they're not entering, replying to me. I think sometimes they're just kind of curious. Oh yeah, I wonder what that answer is. And then by referral only also sends out once a month. They just send out a little like heartwarming email. If it's Mother's Day, they're going to send out something about in May about mothers. August. What did they send out in August? I can't even remember. Oh, spending time with family, because it's vacation time, or things like that. And anyway, they do the whole little message. It looks like it comes from me.
How cute.
And so it looks like I'm, coming up with these little messages that go out to people, and people seem to like those. And the main thing is that they don't forget my name when they're ready to sell their house. They're like, oh yeah, we liked her, but who was she? What's her name?
Just staying in front of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you had mentioned previously that you, did client events. Are you at a brokerage that still does that, or?
The brokerage I'm at right now does have those, and sometimes they'll do them. I think they even said once a month, and that is just way too much for me.
Yeah.
So I just I like doing like 2 or 3 times a year, that kind of thing. So I've done like a swimming one in the summer, like at a pool, invite everybody to the pool, and those kind of things.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit stressful for me. And again, that's not my forte. So if I'm doing it as a group and I can kind of do it with somebody else, then yeah, I'll jump in and do that.
Okay.
But I don't want to, that's not my focus.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I just love that you've invested a lot in your business, and you invest monthly in these leads.
Yeah.
And it can be scary.
Yeah,
I'm sure, when you're like $4,000 for these
yes.
leads, it's very scary.
Yeah.
Did you have like backup funds to help you, like reserves?
A little bit. I had by the time I had savings and stuff, I didn't really want to dip into that. But when Realtor.com is more like $500 to $1,000 a month, so it's not as much to invest in. And when I did the Zillow leads, I'd already been doing Realtor, and I knew all the tricks.
Okay.
I knew it was basically the same thing.
Very similar?
Yeah, I knew it was do the same things. It's a little different way they connect you. Like with Zillow, the reason it's more money is they literally connect you on the phone with.
So they're pressing a button.
Yeah.
And it's connecting you to your phone.
Yeah, they're like, they send me a little, the phone rings, and if I miss that call, okay, they'll call me next. It's kind of like a red robin. And so, okay, they'll call me again. But I keep my phone by me all the time. It's like I'm one of those, like an obsessed teenager that can't walk away from my phone, because if I miss that call, it goes to the next agent, and the more calls you pick up, the better you're going to do, obviously. So that's, obviously one trick. But yeah, when you pick up the call, they're like, okay, we have somebody, and they want to see this house, and hold the line, and we'll get them on the phone with you. And then you're actually talking to them. And with Realtor, you may call them and they never answer, or text them and they never answer. So it's just but they send you way more for the money.
Okay.
So Zillow are better leads.
Okay.
But they cost more money.
Yeah.
But I felt confident with that, and I have made more money with them.
The conversion rate is better.
Yeah, the conversion rate is better.
Okay.
Yeah, but it does
Be
cost
honest. Have you ever had to answer a phone while you're in the shower?
Oh, yeah. Yes, there's my phone right next to, I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I even put my phone by the shower, and so I'm showering, and I look out, my phone rings. I'm like, oh. So then so I look out. Oh, that's just my daughter. Okay, I'll get back in the shower. Or, oh no, there's my towel. I'm like, towel on. Hi. Yeah, they don't know what I'm doing. So good thing they're not video calls.
That is so awesome. Okay, so what do you have earlier in your real estate career? You were investing. Do you still invest?
Yes.
Can I ask how many doors you have?
Yes, I have 5.
You have 5.
Yeah.
Long term, short term.
I'm planning to keep, we think we'll keep these 5 long term. We have a single family home that we actually lived in, and then we lived in Spanish Fork. And instead of selling that home, we just kept it as a rental and bought our house in Orem. So single family homes take a little more upkeep. We're toying with the idea of possibly selling that one and maybe buying 2 condos instead.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
You like the condos?
Yeah. The condos have been a little, I think my, the rents on them, we would make a little bit more based on the price that we can get the condos for and the amount of rent we can get. We could get a little more for 2 condos than the 1 single family.
Okay.
And so there's, and we could, basically just same amount of money, but I don't know. We just kind of played around with that idea. We really do want to hold long term in basically the retirement strategy.
Okay.
So
for your clients that are out there that want to know more about investing, or how do they get started in it, or what advice can you give them?
Yeah, I've worked with investor clients. I've worked with a lot of first-time home buyers and just people moving to their next house, but also some investors. And there's a lot of different ways to invest. I've had investors that have done seller finance, and sometimes that can work well. It just, you sometimes don't need as big a down payment as you do when you're buying an investment property. If you can own your primary residence and move to your next primary residence and keep the home like we did with our Spanish Fork house, that's an awesome way to do it, because I still have a loan on there that was the loan that we had for our primary residence, and I had I had a little down payment at that time, and the values just increased, and I didn't have to increase my payment. Whereas if you buy an investment property, you usually have to put 20-25% down payment, and then your interest rate is higher. It's still worth it usually, especially in the long run. That time with investing it, the time is your friend, and so you just have to go into it with that kind of attitude too.
Okay. And what are you seeing out there right now with buyers and sellers? Like, okay, let's start buyers first, and then we'll talk sellers. Like today, what month are we in? October?
Yeah,
2025.
October. Okay, so I have a few listings, and I was, fairly busy through the summer. Towards the end of August, things kind of slowed down, both for my sellers, hardly getting any showings, and also buyers I'd been working with were just like not calling me, weren't like saying, oh, let's go see this house. And also my leads kind of just slowed down. I was like, okay, well, school's just starting. That's why. It's just school starting.
Yeah.
And then September came, and I was like, crickets, where are all the people? No showings on my listings, and hardly any leads coming in, and no people. And I was just like, oh no, what is going on? And I was like, okay, well, whatever, it'll pick up eventually. It always does. There's always those cycles, just self-talk, don't get discouraged, that kind of thing. And as soon as October hit, I got some really good leads, like regular amount of leads instead of like hardly anything. I've had way more showings on my listings. Just since October started, and it's barely 10th tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Well, good.
Yeah.
So things are starting to pick back up.
Yeah. So I don't know why. How does anybody ever know?
Yeah, I know it could be different tomorrow.
Exactly. Right now, I'm just enjoying it where we're at. So
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So, what is one of the things that you've loved about being a realtor?
I love meeting new people. I love helping them with, such an important decision. And something that was unexpected, I didn't expect to love this, was I really love the negotiating. I didn't think I would like that when I first started. It scared me. I was like, oh, can I really negotiate? And then as I did it a little more and more, I really, really like it. Like with multiple offers on that kind of negotiating, my clients win almost every time.
That's another skill set.
It totally is.
Yeah.
I tell my clients when I meet with them, and they're like, I said, Kay, the seller's agents said that they've had somebody else tell them they're going to get another offer. So we don't have it yet, but we might, So, but I'm not afraid of that. My clients win almost every time. If you want this house, we'll get it for you. I mean, not every time. Obviously, You're going to have some, but I've had clients who have, one good example is I had this woman who was getting a loan, and she beat a cash offer that was at a higher price.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. How does that happen?
Yeah, I mean, for her, part of it was I communicated with the seller's agent. This woman was a single mom, and I let them know that. And it was going to be her primary residence. Their cash offer that they got, they never told me, but I'm pretty sure it was an investor.
Okay.
And selling your house is an emotional thing. Of course, everybody wants, they all want the most amount of money they can get. But they cared enough about their property. They wanted somebody else to come in and love it like they had, is what my guess is. I'm 99% sure that's why we won on that particular one. But it's a lot of communication.
Okay.
So that's, just one thing. And we made the rest of our offer really strong too. Short due diligence and, just all the normal things. And you have to do all the things. You can't just, let's do one strong thing and the rest of the offer is not that great.
Yeah.
You have to do all of it. But my clients don't way overpay either. We don't, they don't like send in an offer that's 20,000 over list. It's, yeah.
How do you feel like you've learned all of this?
Trial and error a lot. I've taken classes, so CE classes that we're required to take. I've learned I took a class on multiple offers.
Okay.
I learned a lot of stuff from that class.
Wow.
And so it was great. I was really happy to, learn all that stuff. I try really, really hard to be a good communicator, like with other agents, with everybody, and especially my clients. I try really hard to even guess what question they're going to have and answer it before they even have a chance to ask me.
I love that.
If they have to if they ask me, I'm like, dang it, why didn't I tell them that before?
Yeah.
I hate for them to have to ask. I mean, obviously, and then I'm just fast too. I don't want them to sit around and wait for an answer. So
yeah, I love that, being proactive.
Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. And I think that really just sets anyone apart, right?
Yeah.
And it does make you feel bad when you're like, I should have reached out first. That happens to me actually sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll see somebody and I'm like, I was just thinking of you.
Right.
This happened this morning. I ran into somebody. I'm like, I was thinking of you. Like, and I wish I would have reached out before I saw, you know what I mean? It's just like one of those things anyways. Yes. Okay. What does the future look like for you?
Okay. So I'm coming up on my 60th birthday. Okay. So, I don't want to retire when I'm 65 or traditional retirement age. I am doing a lot of work right now. I don't know that I want to continue to do that for many, many more years, but I would love to just keep working in real estate for as long as I can, even, just part-time and have a little more free time. But I love it. It's my work is kind of my hobby, and I don't have a lot of I do a few things, but I just love my work as much as I do love a hobby, most of it anyway. There's parts I don't like, but
what's the quote? You don't work when you love what you do. You're not working when you love what you do.
Yeah, it's true.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and when I'm busy with transactions and that kind of thing and things are working, I like that. Of course, when it's frustrating and you are not, getting clients and stuff, of course, that's the hard part. But
yeah, the roller coaster of the business.
For sure. That's hard.
Wow. Okay. And what is one piece of advice that you would give your new agent self? So I know you've said a lot of trial and error.
Yes. I would say go talk to more people to learn more from what they did. I didn't do enough of that. And,
do you mean like other realtors, colleagues?
Yeah, more other realtors. Instead of just like, I kind of just got advice from just my broker. And of course, I didn't know what I didn't know. And she gave me, a lot of great information. But I wish I would have known more, taken more CE classes at the beginning, and reached out to other successful agents to find out what are you doing to be successful. And I probably could have sidestepped a lot of those mistakes I made.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice. Well, thank you so much, Lori, for joining me today. This has been so fun. And where can people get a hold of you if they want to learn more about your mentorship?
Yeah, you could email me or call me. My email address is Lori, it's Lori Butterfield, and then the number 2 at gmail.com.
Okay.
So Lori Butterfield 2 at Gmail. And or give me a call or text me 801-471-6492.
Okay. Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you.
Thanks.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate, failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.